So I'm sure you've read the news stories and everything else, and next Monday, the 16th of January, 2017, is Blue Monday. This is supposed to be the most depressing day of the year and the one that we hate the most for a number of factors. Personally, I think this is to do with a lack of money, the fact that the Christmas period is over. The first week of the year where you're back at work is not so bad after New Year's because it's usually only a few days, and it's nice to have a bit of a change over not doing anything over the holiday. Then you spiral into your second week where you realise that this isn't as good as being on holiday. And by the third, on Blue Monday, you're dreading the week ahead because of the week that's just gone by. By the fourth, you're back to your original routine. You know, in the winter months as well, there's also more illness, the winter blues, because it's colder, at least in the UK it's colder. Generally, if you've used a credit card over Christmas, you have even less money in January because you're still paying off those debts, and especially with some people getting paid early in the month of December, such as the 21st instead of the end of the month, it turns January into virtually a very lean month because it's 5 weeks, and you've spent all of your December money on Christmas. It's also a long way to the summer holidays, and the only real holiday in between is Easter, or the 4th of July for Americans. But Easter isn't a particularly cheerful holiday. It's about a guy getting crucified and giving up things for Lent. Yes, there are Easter eggs, but there aren't any holidays like Thanksgiving or Bonfire Night or Halloween or anything like that that you get in between the summer and Christmas. And lastly, because it's called Blue Monday. Calling something the most depressing day of the year can just make you more depressed because you buy into it due to confirmation bias. And the worst part is, it's not even real. Suicide rates peak in spring and early summer, and I can genuinely see the reasoning that I've read behind this actually making sense. Some people think that sunlight triggers impulsivity, so it makes people go and make an attempt, or because it's the start of spring or summer, people feel like they need to formulate a plan, or because they see the world getting brighter and everything starting to grow back and things improving around them, it increases the mentality that they're staying still and don't feel very well about things. So this is why it explains the increase in things, and if you are considering these thoughts, seek mental help. Blue Monday is actually a thing created by Dr. Cliff Arnold, who according to his Twitter profile is a psychologist, life coach, and happiness consultant. He's author of the Blue Monday formula and an activist to #StopBlueMonday. The original Blue Monday formula wasn't even brought about for anything bar a marketing campaign for Sky Travel. It's just an arbitrary date which puts a lot of importance on several factors such as weather, debt, time since Christmas, time since failing New Year's resolutions, low motivation levels, and the feeling of a need to take action. All of which can only be taken into account on a very personal and person-to-person level, and it's incredibly subjective, and there's no real data on a lot of these points on whether the general population actually puts these into account with each other and holds these in high enough regard to make them depressed. With the suicide rates peaking in spring and early summer as opposed to on this date, it would seem to suggest that a lot of his formula is just guesswork that's unfounded. There's a lot of websites that do debunk this and go into it in greater detail, which I won't do because I'm not a brilliant mathematician. I'll just link to these in the description and you can read them at your own leisure. The Guardian one's a pretty good one because it actually provides mathematical examples of why it's not a brilliant idea to use these equations. One positive of Blue Monday is the fact that it's a hashtag. This means that mental health charities can use it for promotion and tag themselves in the tag to try and get more people to reach out for them. It gives them an excuse to tweet in the tag, and it gives them an opportunity for self-promotion. Samaritans, for example, have come up with their own version of the tag called Brew Monday. Brew in England is a slang term for tea, and we drink a lot of tea. But brew, it usually is inferred when you're having a conversation with someone, or, oh, I could fancy a brew, or you make somebody a brew at work, particularly when working with each other and things like that. Brits love to have a brew for a break and talk to each other. So Brew Monday is Samaritan's version of saying grab a brew and give us a call. We'll talk you through your problems. So yeah, if you're thinking Blue Monday is a thing and you're going to feel more upset on the day that it is, it's not. I wouldn't pay much attention to it and you should be fine. If you're feeling a bit down because this is the third week of the year and you're feeling that apprehension from the second week of work or debt squeezing on you and things like that, you'll be fine. You'll get over it. You'll get through this month and you'll absolutely be fine coming out of the other end of it. But Blue Monday isn't real. It was an equation made up by a guy who was doing marketing for Sky Travel. And if you are feeling depressed, please speak to somebody. I provided links in the description for the UK, America and Europe on which places to contact if you are feeling depressed and need somebody to speak to. If you don't have an immediate family member, talk to a friend or one of these helplines or even a mental professional. Stay safe, but not to the point where you're ruining your life by not doing anything. Try to remain mentally healthy and alive, most importantly. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Going to be about Zen in modern times and how you can feel calm, so stay tuned for that one. Bye.